So good afternoon from Chessington World of Adventures, where I'm here for my first visit of the 2023 season. Head into the park, check out all the latest updates from the world of Jumanji, but that'll be in a separate vlog here on the channel. If you haven't already, I've actually already posted it before this vlog, so go and check it out. I explore all the latest updates, all the latest landscaping in that area, which is of course opening on the 15th of May. However, in this vlog I'm going to be checking out all the latest updates from around Chessington World of Adventures, and of course getting back on some of my favourite rides. And unusually, I've started this vlog from the car park because I just want to say how terrible Chessington's car parking is. It really is bad in my opinion. Essentially, it's not proper gravel or anything like that. It is literally just grass and mud. You can see behind me it's actually been raining quite a lot, and you've just got these puddles and it's very stodgy and your car wheels are spinning, and yeah, it's very hard to get onto the car parks here at Chessington. I wish the mud was hard, because I tell you what, it's so soft that the wheels are just spinning in the mud. It's such a shame. They've got a new coaster, which I completely understand, but I feel like they need to prioritise the car park at some point. Maybe put some gravel over it and tarmac it. It's a pretty big job because they've got loads of car parks down here at Chessington. However, I do see it as a priority, and hopefully in the next few years they do that, because I think it really needs to be done. But with all that said, I'm happy to be back at Chessington for my first visit of the 2023 season. I've heard there's been a lot of downtime though with the rides, so hopefully we'll be getting on most of the coasters in pretty good timing, because over the past few weeks there's been big queues at Chessington and very little actual riding time. I do know Vampire will be closed all day, which is unfortunate. However, with all that said, let's get into Chessington, and I think I'm going to make Tiger Rock my first ride because it's only on 20 minutes. Let's head in. Down here then, in the land of the tiger, you can have 10 shots on the little water gun there, just for £1. But yeah, this is the Tiger Rock log flume. Of course, it used to be called Dragon's Falls, however it was rethemed a few years ago, which included the new tiger statue there as well. I tell you what, it doesn't look very new now though. It looks quite dated and old. Hopefully they can redo that in the future. Down here then, in Land of the Tiger, you've still got the huge Buddha statue, which actually looks quite good for the 2023 season. Just in front there of Tiger Rock, of course, the log flume ride, which is where I'm heading around to next. I do really like the Land of the Tigers areas because it's quite vibrant actually. They've got all this red bridge here, and like the buildings around this area are really brightly coloured, which is very unusual for the UK to have brightly coloured buildings. Like in different themed areas, Alton Towers is a good example, where they just have loads of dark themed areas like dark forests, literally in the name. But yeah, I like all the flags and bunting across the buildings, all the colour and patterns and nice logos. It's just very eye-catching, this area. But yeah, I tell you what is eye-catching, a 20-minute queue for Tiger Rock. Oh, it's just gone up to 30 there. Nonetheless, it's the shortest queue here at Chessington, so I'm going to head on Tiger Rock first. Let's go.
We'll be getting karate chopped and karate kicked.
In the Tiger Rock station then, only took about 30 to 35 minutes to get to this point. And yeah, essentially the queue just goes across that bridge, down the steps, and then you're into the main station, which the boats keep moving, so you've got to get in quickly. And of course it heads straight into the little first drop. But I do quite like the Tiger Rock station. It's got all the nice colours and lighting behind the silhouette there of the tigers, and all the nice, very authentic sort of Chinese lamps up there as well. Looks really nice. Except from a few of them are flickering. That isn't my camera. They actually are flickering in real life, so hopefully they can get that sorted, because I don't think they're meant to be doing that. But yeah, I do like Tiger Rock, and if you're thinking why there's no queue behind me, well, they batch people on outside, and then they batch people on in about groups of about 10, I think they do, batch people in about groups of 10. Yeah, I do quite like the station. And with all that said, let's head straight on Tiger Rock. Can't take you on ride, obviously, because it's owned by Merlin, but I'll give you a few off-ride shots. Had a nice ride there on Tiger's Rock, and do you know what? I actually got mildly moist. Look at my glasses there. And yeah, my coat as well. Sat on the front and got quite a bit of spray there, but luckily with Tiger Rock it's clean water as well, which is quite good, because a lot of the log flumes here in the UK, they just use like dirty lake water, so I don't mind being sprayed when it's clean. And you know what, it's not too wet, it's a nice water level to get yourself wet on a day like this. The sun's trying to peek out the clouds, to be fair, but nonetheless a brilliant ride there on Tiger's Rock. Could do with some refurbishment around the ride area, especially there's a tunnel over towards the middle section of the ride, and yeah, there's nothing in that tunnel. There used to be like some disco lights. They've got some nice tiger roaring in there, so maybe some nice effects in the use of lighting and projection would be quite good in that tunnel, because right now it's just dark really and you can't see anything. So hopefully they can add something in there in the coming few years. Of course, Tiger Rock used to be known as Dragon's Fury, and then about 5 years ago, I think it was now, they rebranded it to Tiger's Rock and added like the big tiger statue on the final drop of the ride. But overall, really enjoyed Tiger's Rock and only waited 30 minutes for it. Next up, I'm going to head over to Wild Asia and take a ride on Kobra. Yeah, down here then by Tiger Rock, they've actually got these refresh and refill stations. Just like Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, they've got the Coke Freestyle machines, you can buy a cup at most of the stores down here at Chessington. And yeah, fill it up around the resort, they've got loads of these. There's one over in Lost Kingdom where Croc Drop is. And it's nice to see freestyle now here at Chessington. It's been across Merlin Parks for quite a few years now, but it's now made its way to Chessington, which is fantastic to see. Down here then in Wild Asia, home to 3 different rides, Monkey Swinger, the Dodgems, and also Kobra. As you can see, the fantastic Zamperla disco coaster. And yeah, the great thing about this one is you've got the theming of the Cobras down on each end, which I really hoped Drayton Manors would do when they opened. However, they've just got like, if I can't pan the camera, that's what they've got, just the support beams. With Chessington's, you've got the 2 big Cobras at each end of the actual ride as well, which just enhances the theming, and it's got some really nice theming along the ride as well, like the Cobra's tail there as well, which looks fantastic. But overall, really like the Wild Asia area. This year they've got the new flagpoles as well, these flagpoles, which don't look the best because they're green and they don't really go with the theme. And yeah, the concrete bases there don't look great either. However, with some flags on it, I'm sure they'll look fine. It brightens up the area a bit as well, with their vibrant green colour. And yeah, it was a few years ago where they added these sort of market stalls all around as well to enhance the theming. They look really nice. And you've got the elephants there as well, which were painted up a few seasons back. I think it was last season actually. But it's just stuff like this which overall makes the area much more enhancing and a better experience, like all these spices here on the food stall. But yeah, in the middle as well, you've got this tree sort of thing there as well. Nice photo opportunity. That's been all nicely painted up as well, which looks fantastic. But next up, I'm going to head over on Kobra. Got a 45-minute wait queue today, and as I said earlier, Vampire won't be open all day. And to be fair, for it to be on a 45-minute wait queue isn't too bad, considering the major coaster won't be running today either.
Articles talk about. That's just like Viking.
A nice ride there on Kobra. Do enjoy the Zamperla disco coasters. And yeah, while I was in the queue, it started absolutely chucking it down. So there we go. But yeah, just in front of me here, you've got Monkey Swinger, just running its cycle there. Unfortunately, there's no water sprays. Usually from the ground, there's water that sprays up, and sometimes it might even hit riders. That's not on today, unfortunately. Hopefully, they can get those running again, ready for summertime. And next to it, of course, you've got the Dodgems as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed my ride on Kobra. Only waited about 30 minutes for it as well. And the great thing is, it's the larger model of those disco coasters, so they can usually sit a lot of riders as well. And yeah, even if it does take a lot of time to get people ready and boarded on, it does have a high capacity. And that's why it's such a good ride to have at theme parks. And that's why they are so popular. The weather really can't make its mind up today. Just a second ago, it was pouring with rain in the Kobra queue, and now the sun's slowly trying to peek out from behind the clouds. But just in front of me, you've got Jungle Bus here, which was closed last season, having some refurbishment done to it and a new ride part, I believe. But yeah, it's had a lot of refurbishment around this area. The fences have all been painted up. You've got all the patterns there on the top as well. And yeah, the actual Jungle Bus car has all been painted up, and the main ride system itself, and also the backboard. It looks fantastic. Quite popular actually here down in Wild Asia, but it's great to see that they've painted up all of that. And talking of refurbishment, they've actually done something to the entrance here to Wild Asia, so we'll go and take a closer look at that now. Yeah, so Chessington have actually put the Wild Asia sign back up on the entrance. Looks fantastic when they've done that. Just those small details that make a big difference. Do like the sign being back. It was taken off for quite a few seasons, but now they've put it back on, which is great news. But yeah, over there you've got Dragon's Fury, the Mara spinning coaster down here at Chessington. Currently on a 90-minute wait, which is quite long, so I'm going to save it for a bit later and head over to Rattlesnake. Talking of Dragon's Fury, it's actually had a huge repaint over the close season, and all of the supports around the ride course have actually all been painted up this nice bright red, which is great to see because the ride was looking very faint and quite old actually. You know, Dragon's Fury is quite an old ride here at Chessington, so it's nice to see that they're keeping up with the maintenance on it, and hopefully next season they keep it up by doing the actual track of the ride and repainting that green, because it will look fantastic if they do that. And over in the queue line, it's actually got a new ride maintenance building, but I'll show you that a little bit later on when I get in the queue for it. But yeah, it's great to see Dragon's Fury receiving lots of TLC, because it is a brilliant ride to have here, and probably the best spinning coaster in the UK as well. On my way to Rattlesnake, I just noticed that the Adventure Games arcade had actually been painted up. And yeah, you've got the nice marble effect there on the pillars, and also all the vines added. But before it was an arcade, it was actually the station for the monorail that used to be here at Chessington. Yeah, I used to go in there, and there's a little monorail. An interesting little fact for you. Yeah, they've got this wheel working again as well down here, which looks fantastic. But yeah, this is what I mean about the weather today. A second ago it was nice and sunny, but now I can start to feel some raindrops. Let's hope it doesn't rain. Down here in Mexicana then, Rattlesnake's on an 80-minute queue. It is quite long, however, I do want to do it today. And yeah, the tower there has been nicely painted up as well. Looks really nice. Of course, down here in Mexicana, you've got Rattlesnake and also Scorpions Express. However, that's not currently open, and we'll go and check out the site of it a little bit later on, because there are some major works going on down there. So we'll take a little look after my ride on Rattlesnake. 80 minutes, wow, quite a long time. So I've just waited nearly 2 hours for a ride on Rattlesnake, the longest queue I've probably queued for this season, excluding Curse at the Alton Manor. That was ages. But yeah, nearly 2 hours for Rattlesnake. I'm not too sure what the problem with that is. It's running 3 trains, consisting of course of 4 seats per car, or 2 seats if you're riding with an adult. So I've just waited nearly 2 hours for a ride on Rattlesnake, absolutely ages. One of the longest queues I've queued for this season, excluding Curse of the Alton Manor, because I did wait quite a long time to get on that new dark ride attraction. But this, it took absolutely ages, and I'm not too sure what the problem with it is, because essentially it's running 3 trains, which isn't the best service, but it's alright. And yeah, essentially each train, there's 4 seats, of course 4 people per car on that. So essentially you should be getting 12 people on that track at a time, really. But essentially there's 3 trains, however only one can run on the actual track itself. So something must be wrong with the block sections, because while one's running, 2 are just waiting in the station, whereas usually they'd have quite a few running on the track because of course block sections. However, there must be something wrong with them, because they've only got 1 train running on the track at a time, which is a bit of a shame to see, especially at such a busy park like Chessington as well. But nonetheless, still had a pretty good ride on that. It's not my favourite ride, and fun fact for you actually, it's actually a temporary ride, and you can actually see them travelling the fair circuit, especially over in Germany and France, stuff like that, places like that. You can usually see this type of hardware there, but it is a permanent fixture here at Chessington. Not the best ride, but great fun for the family. And yeah, I was literally in front of behind someone who went on, measured themselves. They weren't quite the 1.4 metre height restriction, so after 2 hours of queuing, they had to leave the queue, which is very unfortunate. I felt sorry for them, really did. But always make sure you measure yourself before you head on. And Rattlesnake's the one ride here at Chessington where you must be 1.4 metres to ride. With all that said, Vampire has just opened. I've had a look on the app. It's a 100-minute wait, so I'm probably going to head over there and do that next. If not, I'll head to Toon Blaster, probably do that first, and then head over to Vampire. But before all of that, there's a very exciting update down at Scorpions Express, which is currently receiving a lot of maintenance. Here's a look then at Scorpions Express. Of course, it's got the exact same layout as Flying Fish over at Thorpe Park, and it's currently experiencing a technical delay. I say technical delay, but it's actually temporarily unavailable. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's wrong with it, but the train's actually been removed from the track as well, so it's not something that's going to be a quick fix. It's probably going to be down till probably summertime, and it was like this last season as well, so it's a shame to see that Chessington haven't got it up and running, ready for Easter, which is, it's one of those things where you just hope that they'd got it open by now. But Scorpions Express, temporarily unavailable down here at Chessington World of Adventures. Hopefully they can get it ready for summer, because it is quite a nice family powered ride, of course, similar to Flying Fish and similar to the Works, how Runaway Mine Train works. It's a powered coaster, powered through all the tracks here, and it's quite a family favourite down here at Chessington. There's been loads of people walking down here wondering whether it's open, so shame to see, and I feel like they should put these signs over there, because there's no point in people walking down here and it not being open. Might as well put the sign up at a barrier up there, but hopefully they get it up and running. But for now, Scorpions Express, temporarily unavailable, everyone. Here's a look then at Croc Drop, one of Chessington's latest rides, and yes, an SBF Visa drop tower, and you drop into the crocodile's mouth. It won't be the newest edition though, when the World of Jumanji opens this May, 15th of May, of course, opening. 3 new rides here at Chessington. And look at that time, and it's just emerging from the crocodile's mouth there. And this season they've actually added like a platform at the top of it as well. I'm not too sure what that's for, but I assume it's for better maintenance. Hopefully they can theme it up, maybe put some vines on it or something, or some vinyls if they really have to. But yeah, it looks alright. Nice to see it operating, and nice seeing it actually having quite a big queue here at Chessington as well. But yeah, I love Croc Drop. It's got an amazing theme to it. It's not the most amazing ride. I mean, it's just a classic SBF Visa drop tower, but the area around it and the soundtrack is really nice as well. Of course, if you're a Chessington fan, then you would have known that Ramesses Revenge, the top spin ride, was here right before Croc Drop. And yeah, that was fantastic. Of course, those rides, I was about to say rare in the UK. We don't have any top spins anymore. However, this replacement was viable for Chessington, as they are a family park. Next up though, I'm going to head over to Toon Blaster, as I haven't done this dark ride since 2021, so let's see how it's looking in 2023. So yeah, just had a little look at the Toon Blaster queue. Saw it was 60 minutes. I didn't feel like waiting that for that dark ride, to be honest. But here's a little look at the new maintenance shed that's been erected for, of course, Dragon's Fury. Great to see that they've done this. It means that engineers can just work on it inside. And I mean, it was a bit silly really building a coaster in the UK that didn't have an indoors maintenance shed. But it's nice to see that they've done it. No theming on it. Would have been nice to see maybe some vines or something on there, so it doesn't look like a green warehouse. In the actual queue, that side of the building, they've got like some paintings on it. I'll go around in a minute, see if I can get some footage of it. But yeah, it would have been nice to see something on here, maybe the logo or just something rather than a green warehouse. But nice to see that they've actually built it down here at Chessington. I'll go around the corner now, see if I can get any shots of the paintings that they've done. So yeah, here's another view then of that new maintenance shed that's been erected. And over there in the back you can see some of the paintings that they've got on there. Not the best, let's be honest. There you go, some swords and some fightings. I don't know what even those are, but nice to see that they've done something with it. I would like to see something a bit higher on the building, maybe some vines, just something so it doesn't look out of place, because you've got this quite good theming around here, and then you just got that green warehouse building. And talking of warehouses, it was last season that they put this roof over the track there, so hopefully they can also theme that up a bit as well, alongside with the new maintenance shed. They just look a little bit out of place. So I end my day where I started it, down here at Chessington in the car park. A lot colder, a lot damper, and my voice is completely breaking. However, I've had quite a good day at Chessington. It's not been the best day. I always give my honest reviews in these vlogs. And yeah, there's been a lot of ride downtime. However, it was good to see that towards the end of the day, they got Vampire opening and operating until it started pouring down. Because I actually went over there ready to ride it, and then the rain just came down and they closed all of the most big rides and the coasters. So I thought I might as well come out, sit in the car, warm up, and then film this outro. And to be fair, the sun's starting to peek out there, which is always good. But I've had an alright day here at Chessington. It's nice to get back in the park and check out all the latest updates. As I said earlier, the car park really needs a refurbishment. Maybe get some tarmac on it hopefully in the future. That's something that I, as Chessington CEO, would be fitting sort of to the top there. But nonetheless, it's been a good day checking out all the updates towards the World of Jumanji as well. If you haven't already, go and check out the latest construction update, taking you for all the updates around the rides, and landscaping is really happening down there in that area of the park. That'll be of course opening on the 15th of May, but nonetheless, had a good day here at Chessington. Been nice getting back in the park, seeing the wildlife as well and the tigers, always a highlight of coming down here to Chessington. But with all that said, if you did enjoy the video, do consider subscribing. Plenty more vlogs on the way. Next vlog here on the channel will be a vlog from Legoland Windsor. But with all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now, I'm going to rest my voice. I'm going to rest my voice.